Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations, everybody who made it to the end of season 3. Congratulations to you. Yes, that was me harmonizing with me. Go off me. Big, huge, finale-sized shout-out today to Helix Sleep. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz and they'll match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Find your perfect mattress at helixsleep.com/howcome. Thanks to Satisfyer for supporting How Come. Satisfyer just released new app-enabled vibrators. Get 25% off all app-enabled devices when you go to satisfyer.com and enter HowCome25 at checkout. Hi guys, welcome to the end of the season. Ooh, sorry it's like a little late, but this episode is late because blank. I'm going to make merch that says that eventually. This episode, ooh, what? My recorder just picked up the radio. This episode is late because, 1, it was supposed to be a different episode. 2, we went viral on TikTok. I will explain in a second. And 3, yeah, I'm just like at a procrastination station. It's like those days between Christmas and New Year's that are just, I don't know who wrote this. Some tweet though was like, this is the taint of the year. And it truly is. It's just like, I'm totally lost in the days and whatever. Sorry, but it's worth the wait. And honestly, worth the change up of episodes. It was going to be a nanny palooza. We were finally going to get our shit together. Me, Charlotte, our cousins, but scheduling did not work. So I was like, why don't we just give the listeners a little taste of what next season will be like? Next season is going to be answering specific questions about life, not necessarily sex related all the time. It's going to be like how blank or how come blank. Again, there's going to be merch, but I don't really know what the marketing is yet. We've done so many sex topics on this podcast. We're going to continue to do sex topics on this podcast, but we're also going to do ones like, how do I manage my money? How do I manage my ADHD? How do I learn how to cook if I've never done that? How do I be a better friend? That's what this episode's about. And yeah, so like we're definitely going to still have ones that are like, how do I squirt? How do I know if I'm asexual? Any topics that you want. Now the floodgates are open. So write into us at info@howcomepodcast.com. Make the subject episode idea in bold. And yeah, we want to get to everything. We want to answer everything you guys want to hear about. And yeah, this episode is how best friendship. I don't know what I'm going to end up calling the title. I don't know. Whatever. How do I become a better friend? Which is something that I have been working on and think is very important. And that is going to be, this episode is how friend or how come friendship. I don't know. Whatever you think I should do with this branding, we'll see. But regarding merch, just FYI, I know a lot of you have been trying to get some. Merch is down for the time being. Unfortunately, the people who were making our merch, the provider is gone. They stopped making stuff because of the pandemic, and Robin and I are trying to transfer every design over. But yeah, right now, nobody can buy anything. Neither can I. I'm very upset because there is stuff I really wanted from the Disney collection. But as soon as we get it up and running, we will let you guys know via Instagram at How Come Podcast, or if you want to sign up for our newsletter at the Booty Call, it's a great way to stay in touch when we're off season. So go to howcomepodcast.com and sign up for that. But yeah, today we are going to be talking about friendship and being a better friend and best friendship, more specifically, because like you'll hear me say at some point over this episode that I'm like, I don't have friends or whatever, but like I do have a lot of friends, but I wouldn't say that I have anyone I consider a best friend right now. A lot of my friends will be like really offended if they hear that, but like, I don't know. I love my friends, but I do think I need work in the friendship department. And this episode was kind of inspired by a DM I got, a bunch of DMs I got this season that were like either I have never come, and then one of my friends recommended this podcast, or one of my friends got me a toy and I did it, or like my friend has never come, so like I made her listen to the podcast and I got her a toy and she came or whatever. And I was just like, oh, that kind of friendship is so great. And it made me think about a person who was who I considered my best friend for a really long time, and owned a clitoral suction toy, which you guys know is the toy that like eventually made me do it. And she never told me about that. And do I think every friend has to be like sexually like giving her friends toys? No, but like at least giving the advice, at least like wanting the best for your friend. And I think that's something that we go into this episode. I'm talking to two of my friends who are just amazing best friends to witness for everyone. They're so fun. They're so amazing. They're hilarious. They are comedians Sydnee Washington, who you might also remember from season 1, Sobriety and Sex, and her Unofficial Expert podcast co-host and best friend, comedian, actress Marie Faustin. And I'm so obsessed with them, and you guys will be too. Also, if you're like very upset that we are finishing and you're like, no, what will I do? Sign up for Patreon if you haven't already. But also on Patreon, we have Jessica's journey. Remember I told you guys about that. She is a 34-year-old woman who listens to this podcast. She has never had an orgasm. I am taking her under my wing, making her do some assignments and trying to get her there. So sign up and listen to her journey with full video. Patreon.com/howcome. I'm still going to record the Nanny Palooza episode. So it'll be on Patreon before next season. So don't worry about that. And again, sign up for that newsletter at howcomepodcast.com to get the first notification about when we're coming back and when merch is coming back, because, you know, we got to get outfitted. Okay. And speaking of outfitted, the reason we went viral on TikTok is for a little outfit item, a little clothing item that I made for Ray, Ben's dad. And yeah, basically we just spent the whole day reading the comments because it exploded. If you're on TikTok, you already saw it. Basically, I made yarmulke clauses for Ben's family because I'm Jewish. We did Christmas and I watched the OC. So I was like, I'll make yarmulke clauses. And I know Ray, Ben's dad, is like obsessed with Judaism. He's got like a little bit of Jewish in his heritage, and he's just the best, and he likes all cultures. And he ended up wearing the yarmulke clause around the house all day, doing like all of his little chores. And so Ben and I made a video of it, and it went viral as fuck. People are saying things like, not to be dramatic, but I would die for Ray. He's the cutest thing in the world. Please have a baby now so Ray can be a grandfather. This thread says, Ray, a national treasure, and then international treasure. Pretty sure the whole of the UK would love to see Ray as president. And then president of the world. Pretty sure this man would bring world peace. And then somebody said, I'd definitely back Ray for president of the world. Like, and then someone else said, a ray of sunshine. So cute. One of the companions wrote, he loves it almost as much as his all form, which, like, yeah, true. The funniest part is, so we were going to tell him, obviously, because it went viral. Like, we thought it was cute, but then we were like, is it gonna? And then it did. Like, we went to sleep and we woke up and it had like 100,000 views. And I was like, okay, well, we'll tell him when it, like, I don't know, gets to like 1 million views or something. And then this girl commented and she was like, oh my God, my parents know Ray. I'm going to send this to them. And I was like, no, please don't. And then literally 10 minutes later, we hear downstairs, TikTok, me? Like, he's on the phone with somebody. And he goes, I'm going to have to give Remy a stern talking to. And yeah, so Ben and I went down with our tails between our legs, but he thinks it's a riot. He had the best time. Anyway, speaking of TikTok, that's something I'll be doing over the hiatus, is starting that brand new talk show of mine, TALK. So follow me at Remy Casimir if you want to come check that out, because it's going to be sore fun. I can't wait. And yeah. Okay. I'm so excited for this episode, but I'm also like trying to not start it because I don't want this season to be over, but don't worry. It'll be great. And then we'll be back sometime. I love you guys. And yeah, let's get this episode started.
How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna just...
I'm so excited for this episode. It is all about friendship, and I can't think of two better friends to teach us about friendship than Sydnee Washington and Marie Faustin. Welcome, you guys. I'm so excited to have you here.
Hi, Remy. Hey, Sydnee.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Sydnee's already been on an episode, and now you're back with Marie, who I've always known you as like a duo. And like, I'll never forget like that first time I took you to lunch. I was like, oh my God, these two famous friends.
Oh, Remy, that's right. Did we met doing the GQ video?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And we went to the coffee shop after that is now closed.
Yeah. Oh, so sad.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, what was that, like 5 years ago, Marie? 6 years ago?
I don't know.
It must have been like 5 years ago because I just started stand-up.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys, you have been consistent friends ever since, which is something that like, I usually have a best friend like for like a year, 2 years, and then like we break up.
Yeah. I will say that, Remy, you do.
You know that. I think I choose the wrong people to be my best friend all the time.
Yeah. It's problematic.
Like I wasn't going to mention who we had lunch with that first day, but it was supposed to be like we were the best friends and you guys were the best friends and we were going to be a thing. And like that person doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. She dipped out like early too.
Because I was like, oh, they best friends. And then I feel like the next time I spoke to you, you guys were already not friends.
She did fucked up shit.
Yeah. I will say that that's what happens with me and Marie. We've been not like outliving a lot of the best friends, but I mean, we're pretty up there.
Your friendship is very admirable. And like, I'll never forget, I was like, I just want to like be friends with them and like be friends like them. I know that you guys didn't meet when I met you. How did you two meet?
We met like a year or two before we met.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We met at a all women open mic. And we were the hottest people there, naturally. And
truly the first hot girl comics that I ever met. I was like, it's possible?
I mean, nobody really gives us the respect that we deserve or the title. But I mean, we made it cool for people to like dress up.
Yeah.
Dress up, not just at shows, but at open mics.
All the time.
To have makeup on and look good. Yeah. Marie wearing a red lip, no matter what.
All the time.
Always.
Okay, so you met at a mic. Who approached who?
We didn't speak the first day.
Okay.
Because I had to leave. I was late for something. That's kind of my MO. I think we bumped back into each other at that Karma mic. We were like, hey, girl.
We saw each other again at a mic. And I mean, it's hard to remember exactly what happened. But I know when I started talking to Marie, I immediately felt like I had been her friend the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like some random new person. It felt like we immediately connected. And we were like, oh, we're going to laugh at people at this mic. We're going to be funny and obnoxious and laugh really loud. And people are going to know us.
So cute.
It's actually funny how that happened because we were both we just happened to be at this mic in the middle of the day, and it was like, ugh, everybody here is gross. And she was like, yeah, they nasty. And it was like, let's laugh at them, but not with them. And we've been the two Muppets that judge everybody.
Yeah, those two old guys.
Yeah,
we've been those two old guys.
We really, really have.
That's like the best friend love is like when you just like both are like, oh my, like I feel like you've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you hang out for the rest of the day?
We spent the whole summer together. It was like The Notebook. That scene where they like fall in love. That scene where they fall in love and they're like, yeah, they did this. And they were like laying in the street. Like that was me and Sydnee for like all of June, all of July, like the whole summer. Yeah. And then we started the warm up like in September or something like that.
Yeah.
And we just been producing a show together since like 2 months of our friendship.
What about Unofficial Expert? When did that start?
Oh, like a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, a year and some change ago.
It's 4 years.
No, it must.
4
it's
years.
more than that because it was before How Come?
Yeah, 4 years ago.
I don't know how me and Sydnee found each other or like what it was, but like when I met Sydnee, we didn't even speak to each other that first day.
Yeah.
And I went out and I had a boyfriend at the time and I was like, I have a girl crush. I've never said girl crush in my life.
Yeah.
I've never put them two words together. I'm not Cosmo quiz queen. I don't do those things.
Girl
but
boss.
I was like, hashtag girl boss. I just was like, I have a girl crush. And even saying it, I was like, I don't even know what that means. And I told my dude about it. And he was like, are you going to leave me for her? Are you leaving me for a woman? And I was like, no. And then
he did.
Me and Sydney became friends and we left him.
And when I saw Marie, after the mic, I was like, ha ha, how do I make her my friend?
That's
I was
so
cute. She is going to be mine. I was like, I already have a plot in my head. It's gonna work. And
did you have a plot in your head?
I was just gonna be the awesome person that I am. And I like also knowing that I had another job that was cool. That differentiates me from a lot of comedians. Like comedy is just their lives and they're just they're at shows all day, all night. Like I had a whole nother life. And I was like, once you see this, I mean, she would come to my job and things that aren't on the menu, she would get. Cause I'm like cool with the chef. I was like, make my friend whatever she want. Okay. Yo, we don't have arugula sandwiches. Make her a arugula sandwich. That's what she wants. And that's what happened.
You wooed her. But she also was trying to woo you.
She did woo me.
Yeah. Like it was a mutual woo. A wootual.
Yeah, but I mean, I was wooing Sydnee with my Haitian charm, and Sydnee was wooing me with, food.
Marie being emotionally unavailable, I was like, that is my type. This is what I want. This is somebody that's going to make me work. Woo, let's go.
Yeah.
I was in a full blown, no. I met Marie, I was single. And I was mad at her for being in a relationship because I was like, he's cutting
into our time.
Yeah. And then like 2 months after Marie, I got in a relationship. And we were like, fuck, how dare I? But then I was spending so much more time with Marie. Obviously, my girlfriend was getting jealous. Like, I was like, yeah, I care about Marie. I don't see what the problem is.
Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people listening are like, I haven't had a consistent best friend for like 5 years. Like, how do I do that? Because like I've had those 2-year best friends and like they've either gone away or like sometimes it's for a reason because it's like people come into your life for a reason, a season, or what's that other thing? I don't know. How do you, if you want to maintain a good friendship, how do you do that? Like what makes you guys great friends to each other?
Well, one friend has to be more obsessed with the other, Like you got to have one that gun-ho about the friendship, that's willing to do anything and everything. And it's like, what you need, an Uber? I'll get you Ubers. You need food? I got food. You want to go to a party? I got parties. What you need? You need drugs? I got it all.
Yes. You need a facilitator friend.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah, but I feel like
you're both obsessed with each other.
I feel like I'm obsessed with Sydnee in a different way, but
Okay.
yeah, Sydnee, but it was different for me because like I never really like people, but Sydnee likes everybody and everybody likes Sydnee.
Yeah.
So you can't not like her.
Yeah.
But also it's like, I don't know, when you're an adult, you're not looking to make new friends, really. You're just like, I have enough friends. I have 3 friends already and I don't need any more. But it's like, no, you need more.
Yeah.
And you also want to be friends with somebody who's fun and enough like you that you guys have stuff in common, but they also got to be like your other half, right? Like me and Sydnee are kind of each other's yin and yang. Because like we're not exactly the same. And right, Sydnee,
No.
like you're like open and like emotional and you like to hug. And I'm like very closed and very like, I mean, I got 2 emotions. It's hot or it's cold. It's burning hot or it's ice cold. Or, you know, and I don't like to be on the phone always, but Sydnee would FaceTime me when I was on the subway. I was like, girl, I'm gonna have to.
See, I was going to ask that. I was going to say, do you have to be like textually compatible?
Okay, Marie is no. I am the bitch who got like multiple little bubbles. Like I can't put everything in a paragraph. I'm like text, and it's so many.
And I'm blocks.
And Marie is blocks, but usually Marie is like a small block. Like she's only responding a little bit, and that's it. That's it. And I learned how to be a good friend from being like a waitress. You know, like. That's why I'm so social and thoughtful, and I like frivolous with my money, and what's mine is yours, because that's the bond that you create as waitresses, so that the bitches won't steal your money. You know what I mean? It's like you won't steal from me if we're very close. You'll steal from like a bitch that you work with, but you're not gonna steal from your friend. So
right,
if you make friends in the industry, then you're most likely to trust each other. So whatever I did as a waitress, that's how I treated Marie. It's like, okay, come with me to this thing. I'm gonna make sure that your stuff get paid for. You need a car. Let's get you a car. Let's go here. Let's go places where we don't have to pay for anything.
Yo, I truly miss that life. It feels like it was so long ago.
It was.
But also listening to Sydnee talk about that, I'm like, well, what do I bring to the friendship besides shade, right?
No, but like a lot.
Yeah, but
I mean, Marie is like very confident in like whoever she is or whatever she does, and that is different from a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, they feel that they look good or they're kind of cool, but they're not 100% for sure themselves. And even if Marie isn't for sure herself, you won't know that. She's very like on, and I like that energy, and I need that energy to remind myself like, yeah, bitch, like you gotta be the same way. Like people won't disrespect you if you're like, no, this is what it is.
Yeah, and it's hard to be friends with an insecure person, I think. I'm saying
really
that
hard.
as an insecure person that cannot maintain friendships, like, and I have a lot of insecure friends as well, and like it's hard for us to be happy for each other because we're not happy for ourselves. And like,
there it is. That's what it is right there. I never thought of that. I never thought that you can't be happy for other people if you're not happy for yourself.
You cannot. Like I feel like a lot of people have said that like to me, but then I also see it in like, I have a friend who the first time I did an Instagram ad, she like roasted me for it and then like made me feel bad about it. She's like, oh, is this an ad? Like, okay, I guess get that money, you know, like instead of like hyping you up. And like, that's a toxic friendship.
Yes. I mean, and everybody has an insecurity or insecurities, plural, right? And especially being in this industry, it's really easy to see what other people are doing and be like, well, why not? Why haven't I booked anything?
Yeah.
And like, why are my things not sponsored and blah? It's very easy to see what people have.
I've gotten mad at Sydnee before just because she looks so good that day.
Well, I mean, it's very easy to get mad at Sydnee for being hot.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Shut up,
and she just does it with
after 4 p.m., guys. You're gassing it. Stop. No, but Remy, I do understand what you're talking about, but just being friends with Marie and somebody who's literally doing the same thing, and we get auditions for the same thing. I mean, when Marie got Vice Live, people don't know is that I was very close to getting that position. Because I'm lying, but look at Marie. I'm lying, but we auditioned at the same time. It was literally just us and like what, 3 other people. And and Marie got it. And I of course I was like, damn, like they didn't want me, but also I was like, they don't want 2 Black women. But also I was like, well, if Marie has the job, then I basically have the job too.
Yeah.
So,
Sydnee was like, we have the job.
Yeah.
It was like, okay. Also, if they had booked me and Sydnee for the show instead of who they had booked, then we probably still would have been on TV. It got canceled real fast.
Honestly.
it would have been our show.
Yes.
But it would have been amazing.
But that's another thing that's just natural of me. Like I have to big up my friends. I'm like very supportive. I want like them to know that I'm so proud, and it makes me feel better to just, shout out my friends. Cause for me, I'm a narcissist, but like internally at times, and it's just easier to repost a friend and not make it about me.
Yeah. So that's what I've noticed about people who are good friends is they see their friends' successes as their own successes. Like Betsy Carroll, you guys know Betsy. She's got friends that she's had for like 13 years. And she always, anytime one of them does something cool, like if anything ever happens to me, like you would think it happened to her. Like sexually, if something good happened to me, you would think it happened to her.
But those are the best friends to have, right?
Yeah. Definitely. And I said in the intro, like this episode was kind of inspired by how many great companions have been amazing friends to each other, like recommending this podcast, getting each other toys and stuff. Like it's amazing. And in contrast to like my ex-best friend who like A, told me not to start this podcast, but B, owned the toy that ended up making it happen for me, never recommended it. And we're going to stop that cycle right here. If you have a good friend, they should want you to be happy sexually. Same with like a boyfriend, they should want you to be happy sexually. We actually got this amazing message on Christmas Day. And since this is Cumgratulations, I'm going to read it. This girl says, so Christmas, the time to tell people how you feel, and I've been putting off telling you how thankful I am for you because I assume you get these messages all the time, but the next episode is Cumgratulations, and congratulations are in order to me. Yee! Also, please always send us your stuff. I'm a 25-year-old cisgendered straight female. I've been listening to your podcast for over a year because I never came at the time I thought I might have. But in that time, I've masturbated for the first time, purchased cheap vibrators for the first time, and more importantly, talked about sex with family, friends, and tell my boyfriend, who I've been having sex with for years, how I haven't orgasmed. So my partner started listening to How Come, took notes on each episode, and we would talk and gush about every show. This last July, he hyped up a surprise for me, and it was a satisfier. I used it and came for the first time in less than a minute, twice. So thank you. Your podcast has made me a better friend, partner, and person. I'm just obsessed with this message because I do think that this podcast and having orgasms just makes you a better, more conscientious person, partner, and friend. And congratulations. I don't want to say her name because I haven't cleared it with her. But congratulations. You know who you are. We've talked privately and I'm so proud of you. And if any of you guys have congratulations stories, please keep sending them to us because while we're on this hiatus, I am going to interview a few of you because I need to hear more details about these stories. We couldn't get it together this week. But yeah, I need to hear more. I do have some other satisfier congratulations because so many people have added their stories to the map on our website at howcomepodcast.com. And if you have not done that, if you had an orgasm because of the podcast, please go put it on there. It's amazing. You can say as much or as little information as you want. But while we are talking about satisfier congratulations, I wanted to read some of them. This one is from Helsinki, Finland. This woman said, I had never come even though I've masturbated from like 5 years old. I was quite blunt about it with my boyfriend from the very beginning when we started dating, and it was maybe last winter, spring when we really started to work on it. I started listening to How Come during this summer. I kind of got a boost of confidence and that I can do it. And I think because of the podcast, I also started to think about sex a bit differently and to be more vocal about what I want. Yes. I had my vibrator for years and we used it frequently also together with my boyfriend, but that didn't really work. Then we bought the Satisfier, which was definitely better than a vibe, but I still couldn't orgasm. This was before I started to listen to the podcast. I was so excited when you told about your first time because I felt I was doing something right. We discovered that with the Satisfier, we could have sex in doggy style. Without, we can't because of my boyfriend's penis is too big and it hurts. So the next obvious step was anal because we had tried a few times, but it had never felt that great for me. And I think it was the second time we had it that I came while also having the Satisfier on me. Haven't had orgasms any other way and can't do it by myself. And I feel like it would have been super difficult to figure this out by myself. Now we're basically having anal almost every time we have sex with my boyfriend. And we both feel like vaginal sex feels like nothing. Love your podcast. Thanks for being so great. I'm obsessed with that. This person is from Canada, squirted 5 times in 24 hours with a Satisfier. This person, How Come episode about the audio porn was a huge game changer. I was listening to Quinn and using my Satisfier and Vibe internal, and I came and squirted for the first time. So, okay. Basically, what I'm saying is Satisfier products are extremely successful. And I would like to tell you more about them because they have only gotten better since a bunch of these people wrote us. And like, I have been using the same type of toys for like years now. And, you know, these days, everything can feel a bit repetitive. So sometimes we want to like change up our sex lives, like no matter how much we appreciate our partners. Love Ben. He's amazing. But having the same sex day in and day out can feel kind of boring, or even like diddling every day can feel kind of boring. Same patterns, same speeds. Well, not anymore. Satisfier just released new app-enabled vibrators that allow you to spice things up. So with these vibes, you can take control or give up control, whether someone is in the room or on the other side of the world. So yeah, if you're alone right now, your sex life does not need to suffer. These new app-enabled vibrators allow you to personalize all of your own programs, which I've always wanted to do, because some of them I'm like, oh, I wish that would just last a little longer, and now it does. You can be more reflective, curious, really tune into your own personal pleasure, tailor it to you. That's what we're all about over here, is tailoring stuff to you. So if you also want to connect with your partner's pleasure, let's say they're across the country or in another state, or they're quarantining for a week because they did a trip. Distance can often disconnect people, but this new app technology actually utilizes distance as a way to heighten intimacy. So with the Satisfier Connect app, you can control each other's pleasure devices and see each other's responses in real time. It's a great way to stay connected with your significant other, or maybe like an insignificant other. I don't know. So yeah. Satisfier Connect is the live control option that allows couples to refine their experiences together with accurate precision within a moment-to-moment context. Also, like the music play feature, you can do it to your favorite song. Ben and I had a dance party the other night that started as like a genuine dance party. We were just like naked and being so stupid and listening to Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue. And then I was like, ooh, I have this app feature, and we partied. It was great. If your favorite song is your lover's voice, there is an ambient sound feature, and it'll pick up the vibes of their voice. They can talk into your judge, whatever you want. So yeah, Go get 25% off all app-enabled devices when you go to satisfier.com and enter code HOWCOME25 at checkout. Again, if you're looking for one of our favorite new devices, go to Satisfier, SATISFYER.com, and use HOWCOME25 for 25% off. And speaking of amazing stuff that is customized to you, can't wait to revisit my favorite thing that is customized to me. So you might have heard I recently got a nephew. Woohoo, it was born. His name is Oliver. He's so cute. And after being like, oh my God, I have to go back to New York to see him, I was like, oh my God, I get to go back to New York and sleep on my Helix mattress. So if you guys don't know about Helix mattresses, well, come on, come along, get on board with the rest of us, get in bed with the rest of us. I love mattresses. I love being able to sleep. I've been having horrible sleeps lately, and I'm sure a lot of you have been too. Today's politics, maybe your love life is getting you down, or you've just got drama that it's not just happening, and you can't sleep, and you're sleeping on a terrible mattress. You don't deserve that. You deserve good sleeps. All we want for you on this podcast is a good life. And sleeping is more than half of your life. And I know some of you are sleeping on saggy, disgusting mattresses at night, and you deserve better than that. So give yourself an upgrade. There's nobody on the planet like you. So why would you buy a generic mattress built for everyone else? Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. If you like a mattress that's really soft or really firm, you sleep on your side or your back or your stomach, you sleep really hot, with Helix, there's a specific mattress for each and everybody's unique taste. Helix actually also designed their mattress with sex in mind too. All their mattresses are hybrids, meaning they have both foam and springs, so they're very bouncy and very quiet too. So if you have Ray and Jane in the same house as you, they won't hear anything. You don't have to take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2019 and 2020 by GQ magazine. And you know GQ has great taste because they chose me and Sydnee and Marie for their like little clip it, which I will post. Anyway, Helix are the best. You take this quiz and they tell you what's right for you. I had always had like very sore back problems and very inconsistent sleeps. And I took the quiz and I was matched with the Helix Sleep Midnight because I wanted something I initially wanted something soft, but I was like, my back hurts all the time. And they were like, you need something a little firmer. And I am so obsessed with that mattress. I can't wait to get back to it. Ben loves it too because our mattress is split right down the middle. He put in his preferences to the quiz as well. Every time we're on it, we sleep better, fall asleep right away. And yeah, every person that we've recommended this to has been obsessed. So if you want an amazing new mattress, just go to helixsleep.com/howcome, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but I know you will. Helix also is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/howcome. That is Helix, HELIX, sleep.com/howcome for up to $200 off. So again, go to helixsleep.com/howcome for up to $200 off. And you'll love it. And if you recommend it to your friends, they'll be like, you're such a good friend. And that'll be good for all of you. All right, let's get back to this episode. I just love that you guys are wearing Mario and Luigi hats too. Like I keep catching the colors in my eyes and I'm like,
this was not planned at all.
This is crazy. But yeah, we actually, when we would do our show, the warm up, we would come to the show and have similar outfits. And I was like, what is this? We just like compliment each other. And like when Marie looks good, I'm like, I look good too. And sometimes I'm like sitting next to Marie, I look even better. So it's like, it feels good to have somebody that you're like, okay, we're on the same page, but we're in a different book. We're like, we're on the same page in different books. And it's just important to have people like that in your life because it makes you a better person. It makes you treat people better.
Yeah.
Also, it makes you try harder, right? Like I'll be getting dressed sometimes to go to a show, and I'll be like, well, I know Sydnee's gonna look incredible. Wild on.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'm gonna do that. But then other times I'd be like, yeah, but that's not what I'm in the mood for today. I'm doing the sneakers or I'm doing the Doc Martens, and I'll pop up and it'll be like, oh, Sydnee, same energy. Energy. But also, you know, we call each other in FaceTime before we go out somewhere, and it's like, well, what you wearing?
Yeah.
What you got on? What's the eye doing? What's the hair doing? And it's like, okay, well, now we can like match each other's fly. So that's cool.
I see. Well, I was going to say, I feel like I was raised with that energy, but competitively, because I have a sister, but you have a sister too. Like, were you guys super?
Me?
Yeah. Sydnee, you don't have a sister, right?
I do have a sister.
You do?
But she's like,
you both have sisters?
She's 18 years older than me. So no competition. No, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah, I have a sister, but she wasn't my competition. She wanted to be like me. So it was like she was more a nuisance than anything. Because like what I did and what I wore and where I went, she wanted to do all those things.
But nobody
and then
else compared to you either?
Huh?
Like no one else? Because I feel like Charlotte and I, we used to get compared externally from like people at school or like our family or...
Yeah, well, everybody thought that we were twins until she started growing faster than me. And then people were like, she's older? And I was like, She's not older than me. She's younger than I am, but she looks older and she acts older and she's taller. So people just, now they assume that she is. And I love it. I'm like, yeah, that's my mom.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't really compare us too much because I was like a nerd and I did well in school. I mean, I always had like a really smart mouth, but so does my sister. So we were both just like nerds with glasses that like back talked sometimes. And it was like, okay, well, you're both pretty good and terrible daughters at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
And supported each other.
Yeah.
I have a brother and a sister, but I act like an only child because I wasn't raised with them. So I was always looking for a sister that was like similar in age or like a little younger, or I was always looking, I never had that. I've always had like close friends or a best friend. But I never had somebody who was like, you know, like the two Oreo cookies, but like the middle part, you know, the middle part to divide them. I didn't the cream. I didn't have my other Twix. I was like, I was the left side. I was looking for the right side, and you
were looking for the Celino to your Barnes,
right? Celino to your Barnes, and
before Celino had Barnes killed.
Oh no, is that?
No, he didn't have Barnes killed. Well, I wouldn't do that to Sydnee, but we do know a lot of duos that work together that are actually not friends.
Yeah.
And anytime I hear of that, I'm always like, what?
Yeah.
Like we spend so much time together and then so much time working together that it's like, I don't understand how people can like run a whole business together and hate each other.
Yeah. I don't.
I think that would like crush me. I don't know how I would be able. I would obviously work and get my money, but I would be so sad. It would almost be like I lost a friend. Like no, but lost them. Like where are they? I can't find them. They're missing.
But you still have to come into work and deal with them.
Yeah, that I wouldn't be able to perform. I'm not a good. I'm not saying I'm not a good actress, but I don't book enough for me to be like doing a Meryl Streep of performances with somebody who used to be my close friend. I just I don't see it.
I don't get those relationships either. But just getting back to the, like you were looking for a sister, like I feel like that's why I haven't had to be as good of a friend because I've always had like my sister is like my best friend. Like I can do shitty shit to her. She can do shitty shit to me and we'll always come back to each other.
Okay.
But with friendships, like you have to maintain the friendship.
Right.
Do you guys ever get jealous of each other with other friendships?
Yeah. I mean, anytime, especially when you introduce somebody to somebody and they
hit it
out
off
without you, you're like, ugh, what is this? This is gross. But you know, luckily Sydnee has so many friends that it's like, okay, well, I don't have time to be jealous of everybody. So
but
I'd be like, I'll still gossip about Sydnee's friends. I'd be like, I know that's your friend, but this is what I heard.
But the thing is that no matter how many friends I have, Marie knows that I'm very loyal to her. If like somebody's like, oh, who do you want to do a gig with? I'm going to say Marie. If Marie's not available, then I go to the next person. But no matter what, Marie is my top person that I will recommend. And I mean, if anything, other people would be jealous that what I do for, like in terms of my friendship with Marie. I'm like, if I have an opportunity to bring somebody with me, it's going to be Marie, no matter what, you know? So yeah, I have like 3,000 friends, but
3,000 friends.
3,000.
Yes. 3,000.
But Marie is number one.
Are you good at being group friends or do you prefer individual friends?
We're in a couple of group chats together. So we are group friends. I don't know. It depends. Sometimes, you know how sometimes you think you're going to hang out with somebody alone and they bring somebody with them and you're like, even if you like that other person, you're looking like, well, what the fuck? Why did you? Huh?
Yeah.
I feel like Sydnee's good for that sometimes too.
And you just have to roll with the punches.
I mean, sometimes she's my ride. You know?
Would you say that utility keeps you together?
I think lots of things keep us together, you know? But Sydnee also reminds me of my best friend that I had in college. This girl that I used to do everything with. And we used to like stay out late and bartend together and like do all this dumps, like jump into strangers' cars together. Sydnee is very much that in my mind. Like, even though I guess we do those things. We jumping into cars with strangers is Ubering now.
Yeah.
But me and that girl were friends all freshman year, all through college. And then senior year, we moved in together, got into a fight on Halloween and never spoke.
No.
After that.
While you lived together?
Yeah. She still lived there, but she moved in with her man. And it was like, girl, I don't want to see you anyway.
Living together can kill friendships.
Exactly. Which is why I don't think that you should live with your good friends. Live with like an acquaintance or live alone.
Yeah. I had that same thing. I was well, whatever. I'm going to cut this out. But are there things that you guys have done for each other that like you just remember being like, whoa, like that's a fucking good friend?
I mean, Sydnee jumped on a plane during a pandemic to celebrate my birthday with me this past year. So that was cool. I think it was for both of us, but that was like a really nice thing. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but I needed to not be here, you know? When is your birthday, Remy?
September 9th.
Oh, what did you do for your birthday?
I went to LA and I was with my friend Tim.
But you needed to leave.
I needed him.
Yeah. You had to get to get out of your space.
Yeah. But I also went for work too, so I could be like, I'm not just like traveling, you guys. I'm doing stuff. It's a secret project.
Well, Marie was there during my relapse and I mean, I think she was like one of the main reasons why I got sober again, because I could see she was like trying to be there for me, but she was also like annoyed at the whole situation. But I know when the first day I told her that I relapsed, it looked like it broke her. Not broke her, but she was so down about it. Cause she was like, damn, like I know you were going strong and I broke. And then like we booked a TV show together. And I think that was the most disorganized and all over the place I was. And I think there was like a little friction with our friendship then, but like she stayed. Like she didn't, I don't think I was terrible where she didn't want to stay in the friendship, but I definitely think it was like so hard to see a very close friend go through a relapse. Like some people leave. Some people were like, I can't be around for this. So
I mean, it's also weird. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say or not say. My natural reaction is to just be like judge people and remove myself from situations. But I also don't want to say something triggering. I don't want to say the wrong thing and like, end up in somebody's note. So it's like you gotta like tiptoe around it. But I understand why some people leave because it's like it's hard to say the right thing sometimes, or you know what I mean?
Was she your first like sober friend that had relapsed?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's like tough because then you're also like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know if like our lifestyle together like has like influenced this at all. And then you're like, what can I? Yeah, it's tough if it's your first sober friend, but it's like you care enough to make it work and to make her feel supported and not like abandoned.
Well, we got a lot of things in the works together. And it's like, sis, I'm gonna need for you to get your life right. So that we can continue to get, potentially this HBO money, if ever, knock on wood.
Oh my God, find some wood.
We gon' So it's also that, but I don't know. I would leave people for less,
Yeah.
I would leave other people for less.
I feel like I've deaded so many people this year. And that was going to be one of my questions too, is like, have you ever dropped a friendship just because like someone said something that you were like, I just know that you can't be in my life anymore?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the cool thing about being a grown-up is you don't have to be friends with somebody that you don't actually like or somebody that doesn't bring anything except toxic energy to your like life.
Yeah. Somebody, I don't know if it was like a tweet or like something someone said to me or whatever, but it was like check in with like your energy after somebody leaves the room. Like, do you feel better after you hang out with somebody or do you like feel worse and like kind of icky? And like there are a bunch of people that like you're like, oh, you're my friend because like they're a friend of convenience or like I don't know, you met through some situation, but like if you check in like in the moment, like would I still be friends with this person if we became friends today? And like no.
Yeah, I will say this year has brought us closer together because whenever we are like really down, we'll sit on the phone until we feel better. And then I get off the phone and I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, this is why we're friends. I'm totally recharged again and I feel good. Or when I see her, I don't feel like a whole pandemic is happening in the world. So it's, I'm like so blessed in that sense that like, oh yeah, some people had to do this alone. And I didn't have to do, even though we don't live together, I was like, I didn't do this alone. I have my friend, my best friend that I call every day, 5 times a day. And she picks up.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
I was going to say, wow, Marie picks up all the time. She's not that good at texting. But...
No, she's not good at texting. She's not good at texting.
Well, Remy, as you can see, she's not good at texting.
Yeah,
but like,
she's not good at texting.
Yeah, but that's okay. But you know that about her, and you don't like reevaluate your relationship every time she doesn't text you back. You're like, that's Marie, but like our relationship still lives on.
Oh no, I do. I'll be like,
oh, you do?
I'll be texting her. She'd be on Instagram or like Twitter or like I see
Sydnee be like, "Are you mad at me?"
Oh, Sydnee,
mad at me, and I'd be like, "No, I just don't feel like being on the phone
which
right
is
now."
valid.
And I think that that's something that people just need to be okay with saying, especially now during the pandemic. Every conversation doesn't have to be a FaceTime.
We're gonna let the pandemic just slip by.
The pandemic, we can talk on the phone.
It's like Hunger Games in the pandemic.
There was a TikTok, and I sent it to Marie because I was like, oh, this is fucking Marie. She's like, this. It's like, if you can type it in a message, don't call my phone. It's so Marie. She's like, just text it. Like, text me.
Yeah.
Why are we talking on the phone?
Right.
Yeah.
But it'll be like for like, I don't know. Sometimes Sydnee will call me and she'll be like, hey, no, she'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, yes. And she'll be like, I don't remember why I called you. And it's like, You know those people I'm talking about, like they'll call you, you're playing like phone tag, you finally call them back and they're like, what's up? And you're like, what's up? And they're like, what are you doing? And you're like,
you called me.
Why did you call me? And they're like, I don't remember, but
what are you doing? Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting in the dark being sad. Let me do that. And it's like, no, come over. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we balance each other out.
Come be sad over here.
Yeah. But that sometimes we'll just be sad together. And it's never sad. We'll like work. Well, like, let's record an episode of the podcast. So,
but in being sad together, like sometimes it's really good to be sad together, but sometimes like I feel like I've chosen friends when I'm in a low place where like the situation is like misery loves company. So we're both just like really two little rain clouds just bonding over like drama. And that's like a super toxic thing. So I think that's a sign of a not great friendship. Are there any other signs that you can think of that are like signs someone is not a good friend or worth investing energy into?
Yeah. If ever you get something, the first thing your friend says to you is, well, why didn't I get that?
Yeah.
That's not a good friend.
Yeah.
Or if you have a friend that like every time they call you or they text you, you like you see the caller ID and you're like, ugh, like you don't actually like that person.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah.
You're just like, ugh, he's calling me again. Oh my God. And then you just like watch it ring from like below.
Oh yeah. People who do emotional drive-bys where they just drop all they baggage and bad energy on you.
Yeah.
And then bounce. It's like, oh wait, you didn't even ask me how I'm doing. Can I talk about my issues? Like, wait, hold on. They just skirt, and then they're out. Oh yeah, you can't be friends with people like that because they don't change. Those are the people who are like, they're all about transferring their energy to you and then dipping out. And I can't stand people like that. I think friendships are never going to be 50-50. I don't think it's going to be ever an even thing in any type of relationship. And you shouldn't think that it is. But I think like 60-40 is fair. 60-40 is fair to me because you can't expect everybody to be like you. That's setting expectations that's not realistic. Just because you do something doesn't mean somebody has to do the same thing. Now, there's certain things that you want that you would like somebody to do. And I think that's fair to have, but to put that on someone else, that's not right. So 60-40 is realistic. And there's just going to be one person in a relationship that's just going to go a little bit harder than the other. And that's okay.
But it's necessary.
Yeah, that's okay. But if you feel like you're going too hard and you're getting absolutely nothing back, then you should bounce. You should be getting something,
Totally.
I mean, if you are friends with somebody who never asks you questions, but all they do is talk about themselves, then those are not people that you even want to be around anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever have friends for different, different things, or do you force each other to do stuff because you would rather have the other person there?
No, I think you do need to have different types of friends for different needs. But then you have like your like home base main friend that like you can lean on and can lean on you and will help you move or drive you to the airport or whatever, stuff like that. But like, yes, I have I have friends that Sydnee calls my messy friends. And she's like, you never tell me about this and this and this stuff. You always go to these people because those are your messy friends and they're going to let you do messy stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, maybe. But like, I need those messy friends.
Yeah.
People that are like kind of on the verge of like breakdown. But like, you say, hey, I put some crack on my cornflakes today. They're like, yes, love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my cousin will tell me stuff because she's like, I know my friends are going to judge me and you're just going to have a nice time and laugh at me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I think like Marie is like my go-to for everything. But for me, I'm not like her go-to for everything because I am limited at times. Like, yeah, you can't get fucked up with me. You can't do mushrooms and Molly and all that other stuff. Except when Marie did do Molly for the first time, I was there and I protected her. I was like,
Sydnee was like my security blanket.
Yeah. I was her designated Dan, and like when people would get too close, I was like, back up. She's fine. I'm here. She's fine. I'm gonna get her water. She's good.
She was karate chopping people, and I was like, I'm not gonna say I love you to nobody. It sucks. She kept making sure that I was hydrated. Oh, Sydnee, I forgot about that night.
No, that was fun. We had a good time. We danced. It was fun. So I am fun to dance with, but like you can't do drugs with me. And
You're not
also
trying to
I'm
have
not
like an
that
acid
active,
trip.
so when
Right.
No, so and she's like, she works out and stuff and wants to be healthy, and like that ain't me. So like, I just want to lay on I just want to lay on the couch. So I know that I'm kind of limited sometimes, but for the most part, she can do anything with me, and she could talk. We could talk shit. We do a lot of stuff together. So I'm not too worried about that.
I'm not worried about your friendship at all. It's the cutest. I worry about whenever you guys are in relationships that those people aren't getting enough love because of how much you love each other.
Wow.
That's the only thing I worry about.
Wow, Remy.
No.
Drag us.
Remy, you don't even have to be worried about that. You don't have to be worried about that because Sydnee dates women, and whatever woman she dates is like a part of the group.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Like we'll be FaceTiming and she'll be like, oh, well, she gonna jump in on the FaceTime. And it's like, well, we were talking about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get her out of here so we can be messy again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's a good sign though too of a good friendship relationship or a good relationship is can your friends jump in on FaceTimes with the person you're dating?
Mm-hmm. That's a good judge of it, I think, for sure.
Right? Like, do you all have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love
my girlfriend right now, like, she's just amazing. Like, she just is, she gets it, and she doesn't like try too hard or whatever. Like, she just meshes well with the groups.
So cute.
And we love a significant other that doesn't try too hard because, ooh.
Sydnee just likes nobody that tries very hard. She's like, let me chase you.
The facts.
Very cold.
But when Marie doesn't like someone, that's when I'm like, I have to raise my eyebrow and be like, she might be on to something.
Yeah. That's Charlotte does that for me. That's okay. So sorry, I have a best friend. It's my sister, but
that's
whenever
good.
I do have those best friends for 2 years or whatever, Charlotte will always be like, this one looks like the last one. Like, no.
Yeah, but sisters are built-in best friends.
They are.
That's how that's always been described to me.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys good sharers?
I am.
Obviously.
It depends on what.
Yeah,
Sydnee is very giving. And I'm a taker. So I'm good at
Yin and yang.
being shared with.
Yeah. You need both. That's what makes the world go round.
It's true.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of making the world go round, orgasms make my world go round. I know, Marie, you don't remember your first. Sydnee, do you remember your first? And are you comfy sharing it?
I think it was with a vibrator for sure. Like, it definitely was.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
also, I think you might have told it on your episode.
Yeah, I did. I think I did. And I need to go back and see what I said. Cause I be lying. Ooh, girl, I be embellishing. So I don't want to say a whole news story, but I think it was with a back massager for sure.
Nice.
I think it was
like a sharper image.
Like, yeah, the Hashitashi or whatever. I think
the magic wand is a vibrator though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
It's fully a vibrator.
That sharper image back massager that like Samantha Jones used looks just like it. So not surprised. We just know that it wasn't with a man.
Right. No, definitely not a man. No way. No, I'm
okay. So then, yeah, I think mine was probably with a vibrator too. I just don't remember which.
That's all right.
You know what's wild though? Like when you haven't come for so long of your like sexual history, you're like, was that? Am I? You don't even know. And then I guess when you like have like an actual like a big orgasm, then you're like, oh, I came.
Yeah.
But like there might have been some that I missed.
I don't
you know?
think so. I don't think so.
You're right, Remy. You right.
So I saw this thing on TikTok and it was like friends who get off together. Like they all like put their vibrators in their underpants and then walk around a store or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you guys ever had a sexual experience together, like either being in the same room or like aiding the other one in a sexual endeavor?
No. But whenever we have good sex, we have to talk about it. We need to talk about it. And Sydnee's like, give me all the details. I'm like, girl, I don't even really remember. And I'm like, Sydnee, tell me where this was. Your butt? Like when the sex is good, we have to share it almost as soon as it happens. Like, it's the first chance we get, we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Marie's E Pray Ho episode was basically her telling me everything that happened to her sexually on her trip. And and when I finally got out of my last relationship and got my top popped, I talked about that on the Unofficial Expert. So, if you guys ever want to know what's really going on with us
about the sex life,
go on that podcast. But also,
do you want to explain what having your top popped means?
I hadn't had sex in a while. I thought I was asexual. I wasn't feeling it. And finally, it was like, when you have a jar that you can't open, and then finally, like you've been doing this for a longest and nothing is coming out. And then the next person that comes by just pops it off. That's that.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's.
I was thinking it was like the first time you used a strap on.
No,
I was like, is this something I don't?
No. It has nothing to do with
the first time you topped.
No.
Pop my top.
No,
it could,
right?
Yeah.
It can be.
Could be, but I was like, that makes no sense. I feel like you've done that before.
Marie, you came to LA. Marie came to LA and she heard me had sex.
Oh, through the wall?
Yes, in that room right there.
Wow. Yeah, that's an intimate moment.
I just was trying to let my friend.
I was, having a grand time and Marie was trying to be a good friend. But then our other friend was knocking on the door asking for the Wi-Fi. So
did Marie give them the Wi-Fi so they would stop it?
I didn't know the Wi-Fi. I was using my data like a good friend while my friend was getting her top popped.
Oh, so cute. Yeah, no,
but also it was like
happy to hear about your top pop because when you came on in season 1, you were like very like not into sex in the moment.
Not one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, interesting. Like I thought Sydnee would be having better sex than this. And I'm so happy that you're finally having great sex.
I am. Yeah. Without a fucking doubt.
Yay.
It's gorgeous. I'm so happy.
And Remy, that's what I want for all of my friends and me. But like I want, if everybody was just like, if all women were sexually fulfilled, then I think that would mean that all the men that exist in the world IQs also had went up. So I think the world would be a better place if maybe, men would start reading books on like how to do it or like listen to us when we tell them what we like.
I think,
or just like if men just like didn't come for like a year, I feel like the world might be a better place.
I feel like the ones who listen to this podcast are really nice and good, but like in general, yeah.
Well, I haven't banged anybody who listens to this podcast.
You guys, Marie's DMs are open.
Oh, they always are. She loves having the DMs open.
The DMs are 24/7. My office hours are infinite. So pull up if you think that you can hang. Yeah.
My DMs are also open, but that's just for my my ego and self-esteem. It's, obviously I can't do anything about it, but just, it's open.
It's still nice to hear.
Yeah, but I mean, Sydnee is a lesbian, but go ahead and drop some dick pics in her DMs so that I can see them and I can rate them.
Wait, so had you already come out when you guys became friends?
Sydnee was a lesbian when I met her.
How come?
But she was talking about because you didn't want her to be gay.
No, because we met on the GQ shoot.
Yeah, I said I'm here. I said I'm straight for the exposure. Let's go.
Okay.
Sydnee said I could be straight for Gentlemen's Quarterly. Absolutely.
No, but that's interesting because I feel like as a bisexual woman, I've always had an awkwardness with friendships with hot girls because I'm like, oh God, I don't want them to think I'm like into them. Like, even if I'm like very much not.
Marie knows, Marie knows I'm into her. She don't care.
Sydnee is in love with me.
She don't care. She loves it.
Okay, cool. So you guys, if your friends might be
Remy,
attracted to you, just make them suffer, I guess.
I'm not making my friends suffer. Sydnee is very happy in her situation and has been in the entire time that I've known her. But I will say, when I shaved my head last year, Sydnee was very wet for me. I was like, sis, stop it. Am I going to have to call HR?
Yeah. I was like, anything. And I was like, Marie, just show your titties. Come on.
Yeah.
It's just for a photo shoot. We're going to get a lot of likes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do body paint. Yeah.
But yeah, so this episode is supposed to be Cumgratulations. We really dropped the ball. We weren't able to schedule the interviews like we normally do every other season. We read some of the Satisfier Cumgratulations, but there are so many other stories that you guys have sent in that we are so obsessed with. And again, I am going to interview some of you. So please keep DMing us, keep emailing us, and be like, make the subject line Cumgratulations story, or add yourself to the map, because I'm going to be interviewing you guys for Patreon, and we're going to put it on next season. But I just wanted to send a congratulations to all of you from me and Sydnee and Marie, because you deserve it. You did it. I mean, you already got the best thing, which is the orgasm, but we want to say congratulations to you. So congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, guys.
If you want a personalized congratulations from me, I am now on Cameo, which I'm now calling Cumeo. So if you want a congratulations for you or your friend, or you want me to tell your partner that you've never had an orgasm for you because you don't want to do it, I will do it. Go to Cameo, search Remy Casimir. I'm so excited. We can also DM. You guys, this has been so fun. I feel like I've learned a lot about friendship. Can you tell us, everyone, where they can find you guys on the internet, your podcast, etc.?
Yeah, the podcast is called The Unofficial Expert, and we talk to people who think they're experts at things you don't need skills for.
Congratulations, you guys!
Congratulations, guys!
I was just about to
love. I think I'd be a way better coming expert than what I was before.
Oh, okay.
Or something else, expert. Or like. No friends expert. I don't know.
Do you really think that you have no friends?
Here's my thing, and I don't know if I'll leave this in, but I don't think friendship in my house was like really like something that we were brought up to appreciate. My dad has always said, I don't have any friends. You guys are my friends. Or like, I don't need friends. I have siblings or whatever.
Honestly, my dad is the same exact
Really?
way.
Yeah. And my mom never had close girlfriends. So like, we just never, like, I feel embarrassed sometimes calling people my friends because I don't know if they think of me as a friend back.
Oh, Remy, we're actually not that different, friend.
But I think we're friends.
We are friends. I mean, I didn't know you were in Portland, but now I know.
She doesn't watch my stories.
I watch your stories.
Girl,
I know Sydnee does.
Remy, I don't really be on Instagram.
I don't think you
like
are. Like, but that's the thing is, I don't see that for you, like living in the stories.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm gonna go check your stories right now. What you got in there right now?
Cute.
Marie, I think she's a grid person. I don't think she's a stories person. Cause like she checks I'll see Marie check my stories like after the story had been up for almost 22 hours.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, where can people follow you individually?
Oh, yes. Okay. I am just Sid BW on Instagram. Please follow my Instagram, comment. We need comments, more engagement, guys. Stop hitting me in the stories. Put it on the grid. And then my Twitter, which is also a work in progress, just Sid NYC, JUSTSYD NYC. And our podcast, The Unofficial Expert. You can catch that on Spotify, iTunes.
And it has an Instagram.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Okay, so Remy, I'm on your Instagram right now. Your dad in his tiny Santa Claus yarmulke. So cute.
No, it's Ben's dad.
Oh, that's Ben's dad. Oh, that's not Joel? Okay, yeah, my bad. My Instagram is Reezy, REEEZY. And that's where I live sometimes. And it's okay to log out of Instagram and like not post anything for a couple of days or weeks or months if
whatever
you need
to do, baby, do it.
Yeah.
Do it for you, boo.
Totally.
Yeah, that's it. That's who we are. That's where we live. And hopefully I'll come before the new year.
Have you not?
Okay, Marie.
I'm just saying that like I was trying to have sex between now and the beginning of the year.
I would love that. Okay, good. I was like, Marie, go come. That's so fucked up.
No, I mean, sis, this was a very good year for me.
Okay.
Yes, Marie.
Good.
That shit.
I had a really good year, and then it like, boo, and it's like, all right, well, guess that's 2020 for you.
She'll be back.
Or he'll be back.
You guys, this has been so fun. I do have to ask all of our guests and anybody after a sexual experience, did you finish?
Well, I think I'm done.
Okay,
yes,
great.
I feel like I need to go smoke something. That's
awesome.
How good I feel after.
I feel like I need a nap now.
Woo, great.
I'm worn out.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming.
Really.
Thanks, friend.
And we'll see you next season on How Come. Goodbye.
Bye.
It's not you, it's me. I try so hard to finish honestly. They say you'll know when you go all the way from A right down to O. Oh no, I think that I still got a ways to go. Oh, I'm sick of this and I have got to know. How come? How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna just